This video is sponsored by Mech Arena. Mech Arena is a free-to-play 5v5 shooting game where you can choose from dozens of weapons and mechs with special abilities that give you unique combinations you can play with. I've played this game myself, and I honestly think it's a fun game to play casually. If you want to try the game out for yourself, as well as help out my YouTube channel, please click the link in the description to download the game. We are going to be talking about this quote-unquote official tier list that was made by, I guess it's made by Ult Rank and StartGG. So my initial look at the tier list, it doesn't look that bad, but I'm gonna dive into it more and just kind of give you my opinion. Yeah, so this is the official tier list. The official tier list for Smash Ultimate. What I will say is that just right off the bat, I feel like Joker's here only because of MKLeo. I don't really think people have that high of an opinion of Joker, you know? Like, I think people believe that Joker's top tier, but if you look at Joker's matchup chart, he has a lot of characters he struggles with. He struggles with Sonic, Pikachu, and Pichu. Yeah, it's not like he's like this really, really good character. If anything, I would put Sonic in this spot. I think Sonic would belong in the S+ tier. Pyra and Mythra don't really have any arguments there with them being as high as they are. I think a lot of people have a very high opinion of the character, although I feel like they're not that good outside of the top level, as crazy at the top level. I don't know if that makes any sense or not. Steve, I don't think there's any really argument there. Arguably the best character. A lot of people would say unquestionably the best, but I still think it's debatable. Fox being this high, I'm not surprised about it at all. Fox is a really good character. Fox is really, really good. I think, especially in this meta, this is what I will say. I think in this meta, Fox is the best spacey, but it's only because there's a barrier of execution that we haven't gone through yet. Like right now, people's execution is as good as it's ever been, but I don't think it's nearly as high as it could be, because I think there's a lot of crazy stuff that a lot of characters can do that we're still like scratching the surface on. So I think because of how Fox works, Fox is a very simple character. He's really good, and the things you need to do to execute with him is just, it's very simple. It's nothing crazy at all. So because of that, I think that's why he's as high as he is. That, and I think a lot of the matchups that he struggles in, we don't really see played that often. Like, we don't really see that many Luigis. We don't really see that many Shulks or Game Watches. I think like there are some. Like there's 2 Game Watches that are really, really good. Well, three really good Game Watches, but we don't really see them that often. Rob, not surprised there. The thing about Rob is that there's just so many Rob players that are good at a top level, and then his results are pretty solid, so I'm not surprised at all. Kazuya, kind of the same thing. I'm not surprised about Kazuya. I think Kazuya could potentially go lower. We'll see. Ice Climbers, let me look. They have Ice Climbers here. Ugh. I'll be honest, I think Ice Climbers is going to go lower in the tier list. I think right now people just don't understand how polarizing Ice Climbers matchups are. There's just some matchups that Ice Climbers just gets destroyed in. And we're in a weird spot because, you know, Big D is doing really well, and Big D is an incredible player. But I think that, 1, people don't know how to fight Ice Climbers, so he's kind of getting away with a lot of stuff. And then 2, he's just not running into too many of his bad matchups, or at least people who know how to like abuse his bad matchups, because like I could see Min-Mins, Snakes just like handily beating Ice Climbers. I know that Apollo Kage lost to Big D, but that just goes to show you that I don't think Apollo knew how to fight Ice Climbers, and that's literally half the battle. Knowing how to fight a character, knowing the matchup. Because what was it? I think Grape, who is a Canadian Snake player, he's beaten Big D before. I don't know what the record is, but I know he's beaten him before. And if I'm not mistaken, I heard that their set was like pretty solid in Grape's favor. I feel like Byleth is pretty high. Again, this is the Leo effect, because I feel like Byleth just has matchups where they just cannot do well in. I feel like you probably shouldn't be ranked this high if you have matchups that are just abysmal for you. MK seems kind of high. I disagree. I think MK's fine. I think Meta Knight is totally fine where he is. He's really good. I feel like after Zachary's performance with Pit, probably should be higher. Probably should be up here. Pikachu, I could see Pikachu being lower, but To be fair, I don't mind him being where he's at. S seems a little crowded. There are a lot of really good characters in this game. Plant is in the horror. Yeah, Plant's really low. Plant should definitely be higher, but people don't know the truth about Plant yet. Phenom, what about Falco's spot? I think Falco should definitely be higher. Honestly, I feel like a lot of A and B tier could just be combined. I think this list right here is kind of pointless because I think the difference between these characters aren't that significant, if that makes any sense. There's some I think should be higher, but it's kind of weird. Like Sheik, I am a Sheik believer. I think Sheik should definitely be an S, but it's kind of hard to argue that because it's like I said earlier, the execution is just not there. There are characters that will be higher once people's level of execution get higher. Or if they ever do. You know, it just depends on like how long this game goes and like how crazy people's execution gets. But Sheik should definitely be higher. B-Brawler, I think could be a little bit higher, but I don't think it matters as much. Bayonetta. Oh yeah, Bayonetta 100% should be higher. Bayo stocks in general have been on the rise. That character is good. It's just one of those things where people needed to just learn how the character functioned and then like, you know, just combine everything to effectively use the character. I definitely feel like Villager should be higher. Like, despite there not being that many Villager players at a top level, I think the character himself just has some surprisingly good matchups. Like, he's a pretty strong anti-zoning character because of Pocket, and he can make matchups really annoying for some characters like Diddy Kong and Wario. When Villager pockets Banana, Diddy doesn't get it back. Same thing with Bike. Like, Wario doesn't get back his Bike, which is like his recovery move. And then, you know, Villager just has crazy good kill power. Stuff like that. I also think that Pokemon Trainer's too low. I think Pokemon Trainer should be an S. I don't know what it is, but for whatever reason, people have like this weirdly low opinion of Pokemon Trainer. And I don't understand why. Like, that character is insanely good. I feel like there's never a reason for Trainer to be as low as they are, or for people to have such a low opinion of Trainer as they do. It's because Quid, there's like 10 Pokemon Trainers that are good. It's not just one. Like, if it was like, oh, the one trainer, then I would understand. But I think Pokemon Trainer probably has the most top level representatives outside of maybe Steve, which should tell you something. Oh, Steve and Rob. Yeah, Steve and Rob. I think that should tell you something. If a character has that many top level reps. You're not surprised of NA having a low opinion of Yoshi. To be fair, I'm surprised Yoshi's ranked as high as he is because who's doing well with Yoshi? In the US, there's no one. Like, there's never been a Yoshi in the US that's gotten like consistently high placing results. There's Suarez and like some other people in the beginning, but I don't think they were as consistent or placed as highly as Yoshidora does in Japan. Lil Mac is not as bad as they're making him. Dude, he's pretty bad. He's like, it's ultimate, so every character can do something, but that character sucks. Okay, I'm surprised about this. I'm surprised that Belmonts are ranked so low. Belmont's legit. It's kind of similar to what I said about Villager. They have some pretty polarizing matchups where they can just kind of obliterate characters. Like, they can destroy Luigi, and then any like big body characters, they kind of just make them not play the game, and some other ones. I think Belmont should definitely be in B tier right here. Low key, Lucas should be higher too, but I think it's similar to Yoshi. I mean, even worse, because there's not really many people that are popping off with Yoshi or with Lucas consistently. Europe has a way higher opinion of Shulk. Shulk's broken. It's just that no one's really able to fully abuse that character just yet. Also, Sora should be higher. Sora should be an S tier. Mark my words. Yeah, I think Sora should be probably S- or something. That character is not optimized. Not even close to being optimized. I think Sephiroth is the worst Fighter Pass 2 character. Sephiroth should actually be a little bit lower too, honestly. Probably A-. Surprised they have Lucario as high as they do. I feel like no one really does much with Lucario except for like Armadillo or something. But then even in Armadillo's case, he's secondary, he's Pyramithra now. So there's not really any solo Lucario player. According to Japan, Wario's not A tier. I think Wario's fine where he is. He's just really difficult to play. But he's still insane. I mean, Bluto kind of proves that because freaking his confirms still work. They're just harder to pull off, and you have to be just have to understand the character, like understand the ins and outs of the character that much better. Like, I think that's also the problem with Japan, or at least Japan when they were using Wario. They did all the easy stuff, and then that was it. Once the easy stuff were taken away, then they are like, well, this character's useless now. Can't just easily up tilt waft. DDD should be a bit higher. I don't think DDD should be in C tier. I'm like teetering. I'm teetering on that because I feel like DDD he has crazy snowballing capabilities with his ledge trapping and stuff, but I think you have to look at his neutral, his disadvantage, and all this other stuff. Like he's not going to like easily win neutral and then do all this other stuff to put you in the spot that he thrives in. I'll say this. I could see Dr. Mario being higher. I think Dr. Mario is a little bit underrated, but I don't know if it's enough for him to be out of D. But I do think he has some matchups where he can just do exceptionally well. Like Fox, for example. He does well versus Fox. Same with Wolf, too. Fox, Wolf, Mario. Any character that has to actually fight him up close, it's frightening to fight Dr. Mario up close. Me, Sword Fighter probably should be in C. They probably put him in D because no one uses him. Same thing with Zelda. What the why is Zelda this low? I just realized Zelda is horrendously low. I think Zelda should at least be in C. Oh my god. Yeah, Zelda is stupidly low. I also think Mars should probably be in B+ tier. Like B+ or even A-. Like that character is actually good. Dude, I'm telling you, like this A and B, these two tiers shouldn't exist. I think they're unnecessarily dividing up like these characters in tiers when it shouldn't be that way. Like they're doing it because it probably just looks nicer, but in actuality, it should just be S, A, B, and C, realistically. You don't need this extra tier. Most of the characters in B aren't that much worse than the characters in A. I mean, some of them aren't even worse at all. I will say this, in terms of being an official tier list, it's not horrible, which I appreciate because there are some tier lists I've seen that are just bananas, like absolutely insane. Regardless of that, this tier list isn't horrible. It isn't horrible. That's my takeaway from this. Definitely quite a few characters that should be changed, but overall, not too bad. If you enjoyed this video, drop a like. If you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please do so. I am so close to 100k subs. I am at like 1900 away or something like that. So really appreciate it if you sub. But yeah, thanks for watching. I will see you in the next video.